What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back here with another video, and today we are actually showing you guys the results of what just occurred for the past 2 hours. It was my first ever fan mock. So with all these picks, if you ever get mad at them, I wasn't the one who picked them. So if you guys do want to get in on this action, because it was a blast, I loved it so much, then please join the Discord. We already have like 30 something people down there. Let's get it up to 100 sometime, and then all you guys got to do, you got to DM me your top 5 teams and then your actual first name, because I'm kind of tired of people calling random people Fluffy Dog and stuff like that. So, you know, I want to be able to have some more personal time with you guys. You guys can always DM me on that too, and I'll talk with you guys. So, again, those links are down in the description, but let's get on with this. So, again, I have the picks right here on my phone. I just want to make sure that I have it 100% correct, but I'll be actually giving you guys my reaction as well to this, because a couple of the picks were mine because of the fact no one took those teams. Another reason why I want you guys to join the channel and join the Discord. So if you guys are new, like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. And then again, I'm really hammering this in. Join that Discord. And also use my code code Hail Mary on manscaped.com, 20% off. Let's get those 10 code uses in there so we can get a long-term paid contract. Support me because I got you. So first pick, this is a pretty obvious one. This was Trevor Lawrence. So again, this was like, some teams were commanded by one person just because there wasn't enough demand, but some teams were governed by 2 or 3 or even 4 people. So definitely it was an amazing experience, and it's something I'm definitely doing again. It was really fun being able to talk with you guys. So again, just, I don't want to be a pain, but really join that Discord and let's have some fun with these mocks because it is fun as hell. I love it. Second pick, the Jets. So this was a double team committee here, but they rocked Zach Wilson with this pick. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about Trevor Lawrence because, I mean, we already know what's up with that. Zach Wilson, again, if you really think that Sam Darnold's the one, I'm not sure if you want to pay, if you think he's the one and he balls out next year and then you pay him, like, let's just say 25, 30, 40 million a year. Obviously, I don't think you'd pay 40 million. So let's just say 30 million a year, because that's pretty much the low end of contracts this year. Then that might hurt a lot more than Zach Wilson, who you're taking a shot on, that will be able to play at a high level. He should be a first overall pick in a lot of drafts. That's all I'm going to say. You're getting the first overall pick in many drafts at the second pick. If Sam Darnold balls out and you just can't pay him or don't want to pay him, and you have Penei Sewell, that might hurt. That might hurt in the long run. So I think Zach Wilson's going to be a great target here. Again, I'd be fine with Penei, but the next pick, the Dolphins, they chose Penei. They chose Penei Sewell here. So honestly, fully support this pick. You guys already know me. I love this. I love the offensive line, and especially when you get a guy who could be a Jonathan Ogden. Some of these guys who last 15, 20 years and just completely balled the F out. I'm totally going to be down for that. The entire line below 60 PFF grade. Tua Tagovailoa is going to be actually, no, to be fair, the Dolphins were actually a team that I commanded, but the Dolphins, I mean, Tua Tagovailoa had some of the best offensive linemen in the entire country. So I think you need to make sure that he has some time to process, to think that might be able to help him take the next step. So next pick, the Falcons. This was one of their picks. So I only got to do the Dolphins, the Buccaneers, and the Rams, and as well as the Steelers. So those 4 teams I got to command. The rest of this you guys all chose. So get mad at me for these picks, not the other ones. Falcons, you guys got Justin Fields. So again, you guys think that he could be a 2-year project to be able to step in once Matt Ryan has regressed past starter level. And that, to me, I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't know if the Falcons are going to be that high ever again. I know some of you guys disagree with that, but I think the talent on the squad is just a little bit too good. There's some raw talent that's still developing there that will continue to just keep this team probably in like the 5 to 10 range. I don't know how often you guys are going to be in that top 4 range. Number 5, Bengals. You guys got Jamar Chase. You paired up the Burrow and the LSU boys. So I was like the Burrow, the LSU boys, Burrow and Chase. I think that's great. You're going to be able to stretch the field. AJ Green going. You kind of have his replacement already, and then you have a deep threat that is pretty much an all-around number 1 wide receiver as well in Jamar Chase. I'm 100% down for that. So really, really can't blame that pick whatsoever. I dig it. I really do. I dig that pick a lot. Eagles. So let's see what you guys got. So you guys chose Kyle Pitts. So the first 5 guys on the board are the first 5 guys off this board, right? Yeah, that worked. I was first 6. So Kyle Pitts, again, all around versatile weapon. Really dig it. Really dig it a lot. So I can't blame it whatsoever. Super, super talented weapon. Again, you're bringing in the offensive coordinator from Florida to be your quarterback coach. It might mean that you're trying to train him to take over for Sirianni in the future, especially with how bad that interview went. That means Kyle Pitts might be able to just feel at home there. I think that they're kind of preparing to get Kyle Pitts at 6. That's all I'm saying. Next pick, Lions. You guys chose not Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, which I'm perfectly fine with just because if he sucks, you guys aren't in win now mode. Like, not if he sucks. If he turns out to not be as great as he was in college, let's just say he gets injured and stuff, this is not a pick that you need. Jared Goff is just part of a short-term plan. He's somebody who has a very, very high ceiling. But again, due to his size concerns, low floor. Jalen Waddle would have been my pick here the more I think about it, actually, because I don't think you're going to keep Golladay. But, I can't blame it too much. Devontae Smith's an amazing weapon. I have him at 7 or like 8, and then I have Jalen Waddle tied pretty much with him at that spot. Next pick, we got the Panthers. This was an easy pick for the two guys who chose it. It was Micah Parsons. And this is still with the personality issues. I think Matt Rule can get that under control. I love Matt Rule so much, guys. So I'm 100% down to be getting Micah Parsons here, making sure that that is the right pick. And it is. And the Broncos fans, my guy Henry came in and he was like, dude, this is the easiest pick for me. Caleb Farley. And he was like, I don't know if Patrick Surtain is really worth it. To me, it's like, it's definitely not worth it. If you don't get Caleb Farley, I think you need to go a different position like JOK here. And here's why. Patrick Surtain's going to get toasted. You have Henry Ruggs and Tyreek Hill in the division along with McCole Hardman. It's no way in hell that you can do that. So Caleb Farley, 100% is going to be my type of guy at this spot. I really like him. And that was a good pick. And I want to make sure that we get along in this draft. So look at the next pick, the Cowboys. A big upset because one of the fans of the Cowboys has J.C. Horn as their number 2 corner. Apparently not Patrick Surtain as their 1. So I disagree with this. I would go Patrick Surtain here, but 100% fine with J.C. Horn in general because I usually do get J.C. Horn to this team. But hey, I mean, I'm sure regardless of who you pick here, the next team that picks it would probably pick the other guy. So J.C. Horn, South Carolina, you never know. Jerry might feel like he might want to go away from Alabama. And J.C. Horn is so young. I mean, let's see how old. I mean, to be fair, Surtain's really young too. I personally would go Surtain, 100%. But, some teams just, I mean, you never know. The Cowboys could just like Horn more than Surtain. So it happens. And the Giants, I mean, you guys chose the guy who I easily would have chosen at this spot, Jalen Waddle. So I dig it. 100% dig it. So again, this is a 3-round mock for you guys who are concerned. This is round 1 of 3, which we did do 3 within 2 hours. So I thank the guys who did participate. It was really nice being able to fit 3 full rounds in because you already know it takes me about 50 minutes to do one of these 8 rounds. So it was a big treat to be able to have you guys on the Discord talking to me and stuff. I love it. So let's rock on to the next pick, the Niners. I mean, this was a pretty easy pick for us because now the Eagles aren't taking a corner. We're getting Patrick Surtain here. Again, realistically, because this was their psyche. It's like, oh, dude, we need to fix up their offensive line. But the next team that's picking a corner is our division rival. 100% vibe with that idea. Again, Patrick Surtain's an amazing talent. So even if J.C. Horn were there, I might even still go J.C. Horn just to be like, we cannot let the Cardinals get him. So that to me that was a very smart idea of them to basically play the Cowboys and not be able to let CeeDee Lamb fall to the Eagles. And I dig it. And the Chargers. So Chargers, I'm pretty sure they went Christian Darrisaw at this pick, which you guys already know. I love me some Christian Darrisaw at pick 13. Samuel Cosme was another option. They were thinking about Rashawn Slater as well. But, at the end of the day, they went with Christian Darrisaw, and I respect it. This next pick, very interesting. This is a second really big twist. Rashawn Slater. Yes, Rashawn Slater going to the Vikings. And to be honest, you can kick out. He's going to be probably one of the highest end guards there. And then he can also play tackle for you guys. So somebody where if you use him correctly, he's going to be a super high end talent. So I'm perfectly fine with it. You guys know me, love me some offensive line. So I dig it. Honestly, I dig it. And the Patriots, this was one of the most interesting ones because they brought up a history of drafting very, very similar guys. And I'm talking about the same school, Michigan. They went Kwity Paye to increase the pass rush and slash run stuff because I think they brought up a statistic that there was like 6.5 yards per carry on first down against these guys, and they needed to get some extra pass rush help too. So Kwity Paye, with all the guys on the board like Trey Lance and Mac Jones, they rocked with Kwity Paye. Something that I probably would have went more the quarterback route just because like you have nothing left to lose. But hey, you know me. I'm fine with defense. I'm fine with building in that trench area. And Bill Belichick was known for his great defenses. Can't hate it too much. Now, Arizona, we already know one of my biggest Arizona Cardinals fan, Red Sea, is going to go ballistic about this because the guy's let up 5 sacks in the past 2 years, but apparently he's had like something 14 false start penalties, something like that, 14 offside penalties. It's the left tackle. And Samuel Cosme was the pick by multiple people for this. So I was 100% down to go just reach for a corner, go for an edge player here. But they chose to go Cosme here. Big switch up, but you never know. I've heard rumors that Humphreys actually might be on his way out. So if that's the case, if this is the actual pick, we already know Humphreys is probably being traded to a different team. Maybe the Colts. You never know. But next pick, Raiders. Who did you get? This is another one. I actually kind of vibed with this just because I love this player. They got Zaven Collins to play. I believe they're playing a 3-4, so I don't know how this is exactly going to work with Littleton and as well as Nick Kwiatkowski. But if they decide to go to a 4-3, Zaven Collins is going to be a beast. Amazing coverage linebacker. He's going to like lay the wood, and Chucky knows how to deal with some personalities too. So I'm iffy on the fit because I think there's bigger needs, but I mean it's really really good talent. And this pick right here, this is an interesting one. I didn't see anybody I liked on the board. JOK to me plays more slot and safety, and he just doesn't fit a Flores defense in my opinion, especially with the guys like you got Van Ginkel on the outside. I think that this was a good pick to go Rashad Bateman. You know, you got to steal him because he's going to go to the next pick anyways. That was the pick. They were like, oh, let's go Rashad Bateman for Washington. But I was like, no. So Rashad Bateman going to be a true weapon there for Miami. I was thinking maybe going offensive line there, reaching for Creed Humphrey, but I was like, we'll wait on that. Next, Washington. Let's see where you guys went. They said they're like, I mean, we don't like Trey Lance, but there ain't no way in hell we can pass up on him. I 100% agree. I am the type to debate Trey Lance and Mac Jones. Trey Lance all the ceiling, Mac Jones all the floor. I think that Mac Jones might be able to get you pretty far in the playoffs, but maybe not win you a Super Bowl. Trey Lance will either suck or win you a Super Bowl. So I respect it. I respect it a lot. Trey Lance going to the Washington football team. And the Bears. This is an interesting one as well. I didn't expect this at all. So the Bears are rocking Jalen Mayfield, according to you guys. Jalen Mayfield. So I think he has guard tackle versatility. I don't mind it. So really, you just got to beef up the offensive line. Realistically, I probably would have went Mac Jones here. It's unfortunate to say, but I think Mac Jones might be the right pick because there is some extra tackle depth later on. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the real draft. But, I mean, again, this is a fan-based mock. This was just supposed to be fun. You guys engaging with me engaging with you. Again, I want to bring you guys in, have some fun. Now, number 21, this is a big curveball, but we went Terrace Marshall Jr. We, as in you guys, went Terrace Marshall Jr. for the Colts, getting another big, young threat. Really interesting. Really interesting. I think they need to use him in a vertical scheme, and I think they need to push him deep because otherwise I think he's a little bit lazy. But, I mean, Frank Reich will know what to do. And Terrace Marshall could have a really good career here. 100% down to take an offensive tackle instead. That's all. I don't think you can pass up on that. I don't care if there's the next tackle is like the 21st best tackle. I might just still want to go tackle there. You just need to fill up the left tackle spot. Now, the Titans went Joseph Ossai at this pick. Got to make sure. Got to confirm. Yes. Joseph Ossai at Texas. Totally agree. Fits that 3-4 edge scheme similar to Harold Landry. I love it. I love Joseph Ossai a lot, though. I'm a Joseph Ossai truther. I know a lot of people doubt Joseph Ossai, but I don't. New York Jets. This is an interesting pick. Kadarius Toney. Really, really intriguing pick. If you get Sam Darnold / Zach Wilson, Kadarius Toney, it's a nice check down weapon. And the more I watch him, the more I realize he should be a first-round pick. The guy's potential is through the roof. He just moves differently. When you just see him play, it's just like, that guy doesn't look like anybody else. He doesn't. Like Dante Hall, maybe, but like he's better as a receiver too. His only concern to me is drops and the fact that he's disappeared over his career. So I watched him his true sophomore year, and like gave him a first round grade. Good idea by me. But then he disappeared his junior year. He was gone. But this year he came back. I love that. So I don't know why he might have gotten injured, but I saw him on some plays there. Don't know. Steelers. This was a pretty obvious one to me. I had to go Tevin Jenkins here. This was my team right here. Tevin Jenkins, you got to be able to fit up that offensive line, regardless if Ben's going to be there, Mason Rudolph, Dwayne Haskins. It doesn't matter. Your running game won't survive without offensive lineman either. Tevin Jenkins got to be the pick. Now, Jaguars. Looking at you guys, I think you guys got Asante Samuel Jr. at the spot, and I could not agree more. With all the tackles pretty much being off the board, it's Eichenberg I think it's Eichenberg or else it's Asante Samuel Jr. And I really like Asante Samuel Jr. So I'm gonna be sticking with him. Perfectly fine by all means. If Tevin Jenkins were here, if I'd go there and then maybe try to get ASJ probably in round 2, but the Packers are lurking, man. Packers are lurking. Next, we got the Browns. Let's see what the Browns got. I know what the Browns got. They got the linebacker JOK, who can play slot corner, safety, linebacker, all three, and played at a very high level, playing that rover role over at Notre Dame. Totally agree with this. You guys know me. I love JOK, and I think this is a really good spot for him. Again, I think his ceiling is going to be at 9 to the Broncos. It could be a really interesting pick. I mean, hell, it could be 8. You know how Matt Rule likes these gadget players who can play multiple positions. So JOK, scary type of range on where he could go. He could be the first linebacker taken off in the class. Next pick, we got the Ravens taking a big curveball. Camel Wolf did this one as well, and he chose Nick Bolton out of Missouri. Very intriguing. Pairing him up next to Patrick Queen. I really wouldn't have gone this route because, I mean, I think honestly we could have went like Creed Humphrey in here, boosted the offensive line, maybe even left tackle, but got a yawn coming in there. But still, I think that getting defensive help is never going to be a problem. So getting some pretty quick linebackers back there is that's a pretty good sign to me. You know, you can have a good rangy defense, and this team kind of lives off of stopping them on offense and then being able to destroy their defense in that run game. So we'll see how the other rounds go. Hint, hint. Next, Saints, we got Trayvon Moehrig. Yes, we did. Out of TCU. Basically going to be coming in and replacing Marcus Williams. It's unfortunate, but it is true. The cap is kind of hurtful. And getting a guy like Moehrig here at the top of the first, honestly, I think it's kind of worth it. So don't mind it. Don't mind it at all, especially with Nick Bolton off the board. I probably would have wanted to go a second weapon, but you know, Kadarius Toney, I know, great yawn, right? Kadarius Toney and Terrace Marshall are off the board. I don't blame this at all. And then next pick, the Packers. Packers fan and one of my best buddies, Mason Thompson, went Tyson Campbell, who I totally support this pick. You know, Tyson Campbell, extremely grabby, really tight, skin tight man coverage. Horrible ball skills, but with Jair Alexander as a mentor, this dude has all the potential in the world. I love this pick so much. It was a really good pick by Mason, so totally down for it. Next pick, we got the Bills. Bills, they're looking for a tackle because you just lost your right tackle. Fill it in with the right tackle. Liam Eichenberg here out of Notre Dame. You know, you guys love to run that ball, and they'll pound that rock. So I dig it. Chiefs, you guys drafted Wyatt Davis here. Now, I know that this is not my pick, but for me, I probably would have went Creed Humphrey at this spot. So just to be able to fill in that center role with a guard value. But Wyatt Davis, very interesting. But he shouldn't be coming out of the first. His potential is through the roof. He is more raw, but you know, Wyatt Davis here, it will develop into something. He'll be able to take over in the future. And with how raw he is, that might allow for Lauren Duvernay-Tardif to be able to coach him up and then be able to have also Collegio Semele be able to teach him as well. So he's coming into the NFL at a very high level. Tampa Bay, my last pick of this draft, or this first round of this draft, was we need to fix Shaq Barrett role. I think Ndamukong Suh's going to take a pay cut to be able to come back. Azeez Ojulari is going to be coming in for Shaq Barrett, who wants to be one of the highest paid players in the NFL. And to me, he's one of the last first round edges on the board. And I absolutely love this pick. I adore it so much. Azeez Ojulari, outside linebacker, rushing in, could even play middle if he wants to play a Levante David role. But I mean, I just absolutely fell in love with the idea of Z's here in the first. So let me know what you guys think. This is a fun ass draft. I love it. And the fact that you guys did this with me was so cool. We have rounds 2 and 3 coming tomorrow. So I'll see you on the far side, guys. Peace.